welcome to another Purveyor of Light Photoshop quick tip. Today we're going to have an interesting one. How many times have we gone to a location or grabbed our cameras and shot for the day, and when you know it, the sky just didn't cooperate with us. We got a cloudless gray sky or no clouds in sight. Makes for very boring pictures. Otherwise they would be spectacular pictures. And one of the things that I have done over the years is I have a very large collection of captured skies that I can do sky replacements with. But I thought, why not learn how to make clouds and skies in a pinch using only Photoshop. No other images except the one we're using right now. Okay? And it's not as hard as you think. It's actually quite easy. All right. So we've got an image. We've got a bland sky. We've got a blank horizon line. Let's see if we can go ahead and make a believable sky replacement without another image. Okay? We're going to do everything within Photoshop. All right. So first thing I need to do is I need to make some new images, new layers. So I'm going to hit the new layer icon, and I'm going to do it twice. So the first one, I'm going to say filter, render, clouds. There we are. We're done. Perfect. Yeah, I know. The first time years ago I used the clouds function. It's just this is a waste of time. It's no good. You can't make anything out of it. Doesn't even look like clouds. But as you progress and you learn how to work with this stuff. All right, so next layer, filter, render, clouds. Okay, so now we have two, and now I want to select both layers, and I want to flatten the image. So I'm just going to merge layers. And so now I have one layer. Okay, and as you can tell, it looks like a black and white image. And it's very flat. No dimensions, no 3 dimensions at all in it. And that's one of the things we need to do. So we're going to now run another filter on it. We're going to run the Extrude filter. So we're going to go to Stylize and then Extrude. Okay. Now I should forewarn you, depending on the computer that you have, this may take a few minutes, okay? Or at least 20-30 seconds, depending on the resolution of your image. So we're going to do pixels of 2, and we're going to do a depth of 30, and we're going to go ahead and let Photoshop churn. Now, forewarning, this is a computationally intense process, so it's going to sit here and spin for a bit. Okay, even though I have plenty of memory and a powerful computer, it takes a little bit of effort to do the extrusion. Okay, so I recommend you go get yourself a cup of coffee, have a snack, and we're not even halfway done yet, and I'm running out of things to talk about. So, who from here is out of town? Oh, that's a bad joke. But we're getting there. What this is going to do, by the way, is it's going to actually make these black and white puffs 3-dimensional. Okay, that's what the purpose of extruding is. Okay, so we're going to add some dimension to our clouds. And we're almost done. Okay, there you go. And you can see it extruded it out so that we're now looking at more of a 3-dimensional image. Okay, all right, but we're pretty sharp. We're pretty pixelated, as you can see here. Okay, the extrusion works good for depth, but it's not very. We gotta soften it up a little. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and I want to probably 2 pixels should be enough blur. Okay. Now we've got our clouds ready, prepped and made. Now we need to move them in position on the horizon line. So the horizon line is very easy for this particular image. Nice, practically almost a straight line. I'm going to just move our clouds so that we are in line with that horizon line. And remember that always make the horizon lines match your image. Otherwise it won't look believable. Okay, so we're going to move this. We're going to use the move tool, and we're going to move it up until we see our horizon line here. Okay, that'd probably be about right there. Okay, so now we've got it in semi position. Okay, and if we were in real life, right, the clouds wouldn't be flat like this, just, all the same distance away. We would have some clouds closer, some clouds further away, and so forth, right? So what we need to do is we need to transform these clouds, change its perspective and scale so that we can make it more believable. So Command or Control T, and that's going to open up our free transform. And I want you to right click and then select perspective. All right. Now with perspective done, we're going to grab a corner and we're going to move it out. And you can see what we're doing here is we're making a perspective change so that some clouds are closer, some clouds are further away. Okay? And you do this for as long as you need to do, and keep looking at this, okay, to see that we are getting a sky believable to what we want. Okay? And if you see here, we now have a sky that some clouds are further away, some are closer, and that's the effect we're going for. If you do need to do some scaling, you can always do that, but for now, this will work for us, and we'll hit enter. Okay, so now we have our sky, and we need to now put some color in, okay? And we want to put in, a nice blue sky. Nothing unbelievable now, right? So to do that, we're going to put a hue saturation layer in. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to tick this little box that says colorize. Okay? And now the hue is going to we're going to select a blue hue. Okay? And don't want to go too heavy on the blue. I'm thinking that's not too bad. And let's see, we need to do some saturation adjustments. I'm going to saturate the sky a little bit. Okay, so now we have the color and the saturation, but we need to turn around and bring the lightness up, okay? Because we have a light blue sky in mind. So we're going to bring the lightness up, and we're going to bring it up quite a bit. I'm going to say about right there is a pretty believable blue sky. Okay? There we are. So now we have a hue saturation in our clouds layer. I'm going to select both layers here, and I'm going to group them together. Okay, so now they're in a group, and now the blend mode for the group I want to change to multiply. And there you can see we're blending in really good. Now I'm going to turn this off for now, and I'm just going to go back to the background layer, and I am going to just do a quick selection. Okay, doesn't have to be extremely accurate, but just a quick selection. There it is. And just click out and do a selection of the sky and removing her. And I want to make a mask. Okay. And you can see we're masking out the wrong part. So click on that and hit Command I to inverse the selection. All right. And Now we bring in our thing and we have a perfect blend. Now I look at this and I go, well, it's not bad. Okay, the blending is a little bit harsh on this line, so maybe I'll just turn around and take a little bit of a brush here, a soft brush, and maybe just soften the line a little bit. Very slow, very low flow. Okay, I've dropped my flow down to almost, non-existent. Maybe, we'll say 8% like that, and just simply whoop. That is, don't paint on that. Okay, so we're just gonna, with painting with black, very soft brush, very low flow, just to soften this area on the horizon a little bit. Just a quick stroke, and that makes things look really good. And there you go.